guys, and welcome to another episode of Trials and Tribulations. Today I have the one and only...
Abstract Bodo, sup?
Sup?
Yeah.
So this is an exclusive because tell us a little bit about your studio. Nobody has seen it before.
Yeah, it's top secret, and it's, I got my bed right there, and it's paintings on paintings, and it's just kind of like, you could throw paint, you could burn shit, blow stuff up, I don't know.
So we have so much to talk about because I don't know if we can do any demonstrations, but I definitely want to talk about all the different types of artwork that you do and what you specialize in. And
And your nice jacket.
oh, you noticed.
Yeah.
So you make clothing.
Yeah, I tiptoe around, the word fashion designer because I wouldn't say I am, but, I'm beginning to sell more jackets than paintings. So.
And they're all customizable.
Yeah.
So tell us how you create.
I usually tell the client to send me some songs or like a vibe, like a movie, can be anything, and then I kind of just, I don't know, it's like a hyper emotional intuition that's induced by music to kind of get this aesthetic. So.
And when I guess that's why you're asking me what because this was a complete surprise. You almost made me bawl just giving this to me. I was so excited. And I gave you the funniest song. And I think you were trying to take more, and you're like...
Yeah, so I'm also able to, if a client doesn't have good taste in music, then I will, because people just say they just want something, so, I have that question, and then I ask them, is there a color you don't want in it, But generally, I like working with clients. I tell them that they're the artist because clients will always be like, I'm not an artist, but, and I'm like, no, you deem yourself an artist, I think.
Yeah. So you do clothing.
Yeah.
You blow shit up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Blow shit up. So, kind of because of COVID and the stores being closed, the art stores, those are my supplies and materials, but those are just arts and crafts to them. So I just found random, cars and statues and whatnot, and just made them really rad, I guess. I don't know, these are computer parts, and it's this aesthetic that kind of is, it's like that vaporwave or cyberpunk, and that's kind of hot right now, so.
I love it.
Yeah. And, so blowing shit up. So the Big B had this sparkler powder stuff, so I just grabbed that and I guess did whatever kid does when they're young and just make something rad. Make it, shoot flames, I'll fabricate a rocket, but there's no propulsion or anything. It's just a 5-second flame, and that's why NFTs are sweet, because they capture, it's like selling a digital file. It's after the flame's out, I have to dismantle the set, so it's gone forever. But the NFT, you can document that moment in time. So
I love it.
yeah, blowing
so
shit up's cool.
Let's talk about a little bit about the NFT stuff, because that's how we met, was through an app called UTU. And which is crazy because we only live 15 minutes away and we have the same circle of friends. So I'm still confused as to why it took a global app for us to meet.
I don't know, man. We're too rad. I can't believe it.
We're too rad that they couldn't put us together, because now watch out, world.
Happen. Yeah.
We're gonna make awesome clothing like this.
Yeah.
So let's talk about before you became an artist.
Okay.
How did this transition of Abstract Bodo happen? Because this wasn't...
Yeah, no, so I'm 30 now, and it was less than 4 years, and I've got, no professional training. Wasn't an artist growing up. I played hockey and whatnot, and just basically I found a canvas, found some paint next to a dumpster. Was living on my own, times was hard time, and I painted that just out of pure, I didn't have TV or heat even shit was, so I painted that, I guess, just as a release, and and then I showed somebody, and they were pretty amazed, and then I showed my friends, and then people asked me for painting, but I think it was it was that moment in my life that something just clicked or snapped. I don't know which one's better, but it seems like a miracle, because one day I could, and then the next day I could, I guess. And for the first year I was worried because I kept on getting commissions, and it was like, am I a one-hit wonder? Like, I don't know how I'm doing this. You know, I'd like to think that most artists, you know their like they're maxed out, like, you know, artistic capability. And I think that's also how I got onto sculptures and kinetic sculptures, technically. It's because just pushing the limits of what I can do, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't even know, because it's been 4 years, and you know, I feel blessed.
And I feel like your art is really special, and it really does stand out, and it's different from what a lot of people see, even in the abstract. So
yeah, see, abstract is, back when I made it, I was because abstract art is like very, you know, or like it's just like block colors, like there's no real figures and there's definitely no words, and I only realized that like a couple months ago, and I wondered why I created Abstract Bodo, and it's abstract thought, which is, you know, an actual term, and I think that's what I was
thinking.
yeah, because abstract and yeah, I was definitely thinking that, because you know, my works it's not just for shock factor, like there is, you know, a lot of deeper meaning into it, and I love talking about it, but you know, instead of telling people about it, if they ask, I'll tell them. You know, you can't really outright say like you're an activist to people's faces, like, man, they didn't even ask. You know,
Right.
you gotta be, you know, do things not for performative behavior.
So what do you want your art to like say for everyone? What message?
What message? I hope that I think it's personal. So like each individual, I hope, like if one person feels some sort of like they're not alone kind of thing, like someone understands them, or because I think, you know, even music is all about relatability. It's
Yeah.
like, you like that song. If I'm like, that's why Drake sounds really good when you're breaking up with a girl. You know, it's got that vibe. So yeah, I think people could hopefully. The language and whatnot I use, it's more or less things people are afraid to say, or I hate the word shock value, but I don't know, it's, yeah, if people feel, you know, relation to something, they feel, you know, like home, I don't
Yeah.
know, you know, so if it helps people, then I'm good.
And what's really cool about your art is that when you put the black light on,
Yeah.
magic happens.
Yes, that's been a roller coaster. That's so sick. That's only been like less than a year.
So how did that come about?
Because of this painting. I bought a light, and it had like a bunch of colors, and the blue color makes this color actually react. And I put it on, not knowing what I was doing, and I guess I was using neon paint, and some of the windows lit up, and I looked at it, and I'm like, okay, it needs more neon, and I'm like, okay, more neon. It's like, because it's just so rad that, and then I just fully jumped in
The rabbit hole.
The Fluorescent Game, which is like, there's nobody out there doing it.
Right, and that's what I think when I first met you, I was like, I just got so drawn to your art because it's so you, but in the best way.
It's new. There's not like the science behind the like fluorescent and the language that they use and the products aren't like, it's not right. And I have a plan to come out with my own line of markers and just like stuff for at-home artists, because I think like at-home artist sounds lame, but
no, it doesn't.
but
sound
you know what I mean. I think there's a enjoyment when people feel like they're artistic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the same reason why people if they have a sketchbook, they're afraid, you know, don't look at it.
Yeah,
right?
they're intimidated
Yeah.
because of judgment.
Yeah, but yet they love what's in that book, you know?
Because it's their
It's their
thoughts or it's
yeah,
emotions, it's their creative.
Personal. It's
Yeah.
they you know, they love it, and that goes back to when I work with clients, and they're always like, okay, I'm not an artist, like that's them talking, and I said, okay, I put it this way, it's like, if you played guitar in your buddy's garage all your life, you'd probably say you're a guitarist, right? You play the guitar, so why can't, if you drew, like draw, why wouldn't you say you're an artist? I'm a drawer, I'm a painter, you know. So, but people, you know, they rob themselves of that, like, of that love.
I feel like people think like if they label themselves a certain thing that there's like a pressure or a standard to that
Totally.
label.
And it's like when you're a professional artist, because it's just all about the language. Like people, like, you know, trying to change the language, I think would be
helpful.
Yeah, well, maybe, or I hope that's, like, I feel like I'm helping people with, you know, their own, you know, things, because when I've got, like, you know, my old friends used to say I've got Gypsy Powers, and I've got an intuition where, you know, I may ask the client, you know, like, they feel comfortable or whatnot, and music is, like, a good way to break past that first wall, you know. Then that shows a lot about a person, is the songs they listen to and the hyper emotionalness of all this.
So I love that you brought up gypsies.
Yeah.
Tell me about because I know you have like a whole like actual historical.
Yeah, just some old documents from like the 1300s, and yeah, gypsies. I mean, not the Hollywood gypsies though, not like so yeah, gypsies have it pretty bad.
But your family
Yeah,
were gypsies.
Yeah, honestly, gypsies weren't something that, like, they're still very like, you know, it's like how the U.S. treats their African American population. Gypsies are like that in Europe, but we're Hungarian. I mean, I know so far back that it's like you know, my father's born in Hungary, so I'm Hungarian, but am I also this? So I still relate myself as being Hungarian, you know.
Do you feel like people talk about, like, I know, like, between the States and, like, the racism with that, do people talk about it, like, with Europe and gypsies?
In Europe, they do. Out here, people don't really know much, but they're the Europeans and, you know, international people, which, you know, there's a lot in this area, and in any area, you know. Canada's one big melting pot of people. It's great. Yeah, it's great, and they, you know, they're just. I'm learning a lot about, you know, the culture through talking about it with other Europeans, and they're telling me some pretty alarming stuff. But apparently, that's probably why I just found out that, you know, there was that lineage. But hey, you know, history's history, and
now you know.
Yeah. Shout out to my ancestors.
What up? Are any of your artworks like a tribute to your culture?
No, I wouldn't say it, because it's been like less than like a couple months that I discovered this about my past. Yeah, and that's why it's kind of crazy, because it's like, oh, okay, that's why, I guess, you know, the gypsy, because I was, you know, told, you know, my ex was like, you got Gypsy Powers, and it's like, I didn't know back then.
And now you're like, everything.
Yeah, it's all a fairy tale.
So I want to talk about this guy right here. I don't know if the cameras can even see it, so you're going to have to, like, lift it up.
I'll put him on my lap.
Yeah, put him on your lap.
He's got no arms right now. There he is.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me all about this, please.
All about it. So, it's originally Optimus Prime. There you can see that classic red. And I saw him at a store, and I ran to him. And I had to have it, so I bought it. And just... like, he's going to shoot flames, have a rocket launcher, I guess, and it's going to be really rad. And you can squeeze there, you can feel it. It's, you know, it's a transformer, get it? But there's you know, the thought behind it, it's deeper than that. It's like with society and all this obsession with either, you know, plastic surgery or, you know, the like all those other communities happening all around the world. It's like, you know, I say even in the future, Optimus Prime will probably have, you know, tits. So it's just kind of, I see society, or, you know, pop culture as this very, like, colorful, like, you know, it's like that. Oopsies. Yeah, and there's dollar signs on it, and you should see it in the neon light. It's so rad. Yeah, so.
I love it.
Yeah, it's got computer parts and, you know, dreadlocks and shit like that.
Dreadlocks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's and the arms are here. I'm gonna put you down right there. Go to sleep.
Good night.
Yeah. Like this. This is one of the arms, and it so it'll be like, this is the shoulder.
What?
So it's part of a record, like spinner. So.
That's so cool,
yeah,
though.
So I mean, it seems, you know, might seem a little silly, but basically you're gonna take this sculpture and basically make this the backdrop, because I've been with these sculptures, kind of just been pushing the limits with that, and now it's like making like a whole environment. So I'll have I'll have the sculpture set up, and it's all camera angles, and then fluorescent lighting makes it look like it's animated, pretty much.
And this nifty guy.
I've got my golden snitch.
And what are your plans with this?
Oh, it's just rad, and I wanted to paint it gold and say I've got the golden snitch.
I love it.
Shout out to Harry Potter for sure. No, like when I have this whole sculpture scene set up, I may just have it levitating, and it's like videos are generally like 11 or 6 seconds, or 3 seconds, so you don't need a lot of time to and that's why NFTs, it's like, okay, this is only going to float for so long, and then I'll light off, one of the rockets on my sculptures and have it I'll probably need someone to, do multiple things, and then just document that, and it's rad, and, it could be like album artwork, I think in the music industry is kind of like just rad. So
yeah.
I want to send some of these things out to some artists, because I think I can make some pretty rad shit. There should be one, global competition of artists. It'd be who's the raddest?
Who's the raddest?
Yeah.
I think there'd be so many different types of art, though.
Okay, well, when it comes to visual arts, like being able to design, art. I think art directing, which is, again, the language. It's being able to make, there's an aesthetic that kind of matches. I've been told when I've done, painted something.
Oh, because it's so you.
Yeah, and that's having your own style is hard, but it's also easy, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, just you could, I'd say, have a chair and a canvas and X amount of paint, and each artist has to paint something within a week, and everyone submits it, and then you get hey, if you're just a canvas painter, well, you have to do a chair too, and that's kind of because that kind of a person could basically see a company or a clothing or an event and just see the space, know who's coming, know the vibe, and make that aesthetic perfect, or at least perfect,
They're perfect.
Yeah, I'm perfect. Perfectly imperfect.
Perfectly imperfect.
Yeah. Shout out to humans.
We're amazing.
Yeah, humans are perfectly imperfect, I think.
Yeah.
Because any smarter, and we wouldn't have all this, crime or something like that, and any dumber, and there'd be a lot more crime. We're
right in the middle.
Yeah, it's the Matrix.
So for people that really don't know what the future's gonna look like, and I know you're sweating because I made the air conditioning turn off. I'm so sorry.
I'm nervous around you because you're so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's how I act when people compliment me. I'm still I'm ew, what?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm just gonna put my head down. I'm told I'm supposed to be thank you.
Yes.
But I'm not there yet. So for people that don't know a lot about NFTs, what NFT stands for, what it's about, can you give a kind of brief description on what your future's gonna look like and what?
Well, I'll say about NFTs, they've just legitimized a digital, something digital, and it's everybody has an Xbox or a brother with an Xbox, and when you buy a subscription, or when you buy a skin for or something like a weapon on an Xbox game, that's an NFT. So you've already been doing it, but it's just you buy the IP address, or it's so new that public figures around who are in the industry, we all kind of just say that it's just a digital asset.
Okay.
It's how would you this might make sense, how would you send me money without a bank,
right.
Digitally? It's there's who's going to do that for you, but that's the thing about blockchain, is that it's a trustless thing, so you don't need someone to do that for you. You don't need that middleman, and with music it's going to be huge, because Tory Lanez just released an NFT. He sold 1 million in a second of these NFTs because he sold them for $1, something like that. And all the royalties from those songs just go straight to him. There's no, you don't need the bank to take a cut from you, and that's just I don't quite understand the technology, but it's 1% of the world that knows what an NFT is, and even less that it's part of it. So, but I mean, this time next year, people will be, I guarantee you, people will be buying houses with an NFT, selling their house with an NFT, because it just legitimizes like proof, because humans are all about ownership. How do you own that car? How do you own that house? But these banks and insurance places like that, they take a cut. They're facilitating that, and now they're all corrupt. So who's gonna be the mediator between saying this is mine, or getting tickets to something? Well, the blockchain, because there's no bots, there's no nobody's controlling it. It's its own thing. So, but so it's tricky to figuring out dates and timing, because the fluorescent, because it's I'm not gonna stand there for 5 hours when people come in and out, just like, hey, lights on,
Lights off.
So I will have because the paintings look fantastic with the lights on, but with the lights off, it's a whole new world. So.
Yeah, and there are so many different layers, to that. So, what? Yeah. Welcome to your mind.
Welcome to my layer. Yeah, I mean, there's probably hundreds of layers, and it's I don't plan the painting out before I do it. Yes, when I work with clients, there are certain things, but part of my style, or my how I do it is just this. I watch my hand go paint. I try not to. I don't know. It's just that. It's just this intuition. I don't know. It's when I'm done a painting, or I used to cry after the first 10 paintings. I'm like, how did I do this? What? It made no sense. But I think it was just from that one time, or from that one time in my life, and it was just I remember painting with black paint, in the dark, with I think on a black canvas. It didn't make sense. But all my first paintings, I'd turn them against the wall, so it didn't get any inspiration from anybody else. And I don't know. I wasn't trying to be an artist. It was just, and I've painted, I think 15,000 hours, because it's every day for we'll be fair to say 3 years, every day for 10 to 18 hours a day. And I want to do more. Instead of this, I want to get an actual card.
Oh, I wonder who gave you that idea.
Yeah, and apparently we're gonna blow it up.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, let's do it. So, if anybody has an old Mercedes or old European car, and we need a field, and
I got the field covered.
And we'll get it. We'll get professional explosive people, and I'll just art direct them, and we should do it.
We should.
Yeah,
throw That's paint gonna be our project.
Yeah, it's sweet.
We'll put it on my YouTube channel. It'll be good. NFT it.
I know some good welders.
We got it.
Yeah. Okay.
So while we're just closing up this lovely interview with you, I asked the same question to every single person. So, what is one? We kind of talked about messages already.
Messages?
Should I do this?
Massages.
Yeah. Here, I'll do this so I can match
Bougie.
you. Yeah.
Bougie.
If you had one message that you wanted to tell everybody, all the viewers, what would it be? And what was your biggest trial tribulation that brought you to where you are right now?
Okay, so first question, be kind to others. Be nice.
Be nice.
Please.
Be nice.
We can all just get along. It's we could figure it out. I don't know. I think people just take things I don't know. Just be nice. Be nice. Or else I'll cry. No. Or we'll beat you up.
We don't promote fighting.
No, we don't promote fighting, but...
And trials and tribulations.
The trials and tribulations? Well, I think that is what I try to portray, is because I used to say it's at the start, your favorite one here.
Yeah.
That's your favorite. And
that's my girl.
That series was, I used to, because it's hard to verbally explain what I'm doing. I think any artist would have that difficulty, but I used to put it it's the trials and tribulations of love, lust, passion, and sex, and we all go through it, and we don't like to talk about it, and I think there's that, caring in that, it's yes, they're rash paintings, but it's love. Yeah, it's love.
And where can everybody find you, follow you, if people want to stay in contact, maybe perhaps buy one of your beautiful paintings. Tell everybody what.
Yeah.
Or a clothing item, like my cave vest.
On every social, Abstract Bodo, and that's BODO. That's it. No capitals. Yeah.
Awesome.
Abstract Bodo.
Thanks so much for coming on, and thank you so much for this exclusive of showing us your amazing studio. I've been in here a couple times, and then even today I was like, no, every time I am just surrounded by his art, my vibrations just like go right up, and like this is my happy place, and I've only been here like a couple times, so
Dope.
thank you.
That's rad. Thank you so much.
And thank you guys so much for tuning in for another episode of Trials and Tribulations. Please make sure you stay tuned for next week, where we're going to have another amazing guest and talking about some real life shit. And please follow, like, subscribe, all that stuff. You know I hate asking, but you being along this journey with me means everything to me. So follow your soul, guys.
Peace.